Back with another video, and as you can see from the title, I'm reviewing the Nike Zoom GT Cut 1s in the Think Pink colorway. They finally brought these back. These originally released during that COVID time. They only released like 4 or 5 colors to the general public. Super hard to get. Resale was like $400 plus. I did end up buying like 4 pairs around that time, but these are in my top 5 hoop shoes of all time. Now I'm gonna do a review and tell y'all why. Before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I don't know if we'll be at 10K by the time this is posted, but I'm on the road to 10K. So if you're new here, go ahead, drop a follow or a subscription or whatever they call it on YouTube. Now let's get it. All right, let's start off with the looks of the shoe. And we have this reinforced mesh upper with the molded tongue that fits really well to your foot. We do have a lateral TPU shank as well. And this colorway specifically came with the pink laces and the gray laces that originally came with it. I don't know if the reel will be posted by the time I show y'all this, but I did get these from Foot Locker, and my Nike sign's already peeling a little bit. That kind of sucks. I've worn these twice. I did a review on them, and I went into full hoop session with them. Damn, just now seeing this as we're doing the review. But hey, that's not gonna stop anything performance-wise. A little bit of super glue and we're good. I'm honestly just thankful the outsole is not peeling or anything like that, knowing how Nike be sometimes. Love their hoop shoes though. As far as the lockdown goes with this fit, it's like a 1-to-1 fit. It fits like a glove, especially when you break them in. Some people do have issues with the fit of the shoe, with this lateral shank kind of digging into their pinky toe. I have a flat, somewhat wide foot, and they fit perfect for me. No issues. Never really had any issues with this shank, at least from what I can remember in the 4 or 5 pairs that I've had in my time. As far as the designs go as well, we do have a Nike sign on the outsole of the shoe, one on the toe, one on the inside as well, and then we have the breast cancer logo on the back of the shoe. And as far as the upper goes, I love that the GT Cut 1 still looks sleek, even though it's more of a bulky shoe with this thick heel. Just the way the shoe's designed, but it still finds a way to look like slim, sleek. More on my vibe for a shoe. I hate the chunky, bulky looking basketball shoes personally. Maybe it's because I got skinny ankles though. Now let's get into the midsole, and this is where the shoe really shines. So to start, we have a drop-in Nike React midsole. Nice, 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 nice. Check it out. Then we have a heel Zoom Air unit, and then we have a full-length Zoom Strobel on the shoe as well, that you can see on the bottom. So the cushioning on the shoe, amazing. And it's not too much to the point where it also feels unstable as well. And I also like with the GT Cut 1 that the forefoot of the shoe is a little bit wider. Helps with that turnover, and with all the air and zoom units in the shoe, it is a little higher in the heel versus the toe of the shoe. Somehow with all that they've added in the shoe, there's still a solid amount of court feel in the shoe. And I believe that's why this shoe works for a lot of different play styles and positions as well. It has all the cushioning you need for the big guys, but still plays low to the floor and quick for all the guards out there. To get into the outsole, this colorway does have a translucent outsole. I actually don't think there are many of these that have a solid outsole. Part of the shoe that really shines for me is the traction. Super consistent, super good, even with the translucent, which can be hit or miss depending on the shoe. It does also have a very unique traction pattern design. And for what Nike is calling it, it's a thin rubber outsole. In certain areas, definitely is thin. So, in my experience of having pairs of these, I'll go grab an older pair if I can find one with the issue. But this part of the rubber does start to peel over time. And another part of the durability that you may have if you're a toe dragger is this part of rubber right here. Because it doesn't come as high up, this cotton gets a lot of beating from your toes hitting the floor and dragging a little bit, and it will start to peel or open up. I bought 4 pairs of GT Cut 1s back probably in like 2021, 2022. They're one of my go-to hoop and dunk contest shoes, and I got rid of my purple pair, one because I didn't really like the color, but that was the cheapest colorway at the time, which was still like $400, and then because I wore them a lot because that was the only one I had at the time, this rubber broke down a lot. This started to peel a little bit. And I didn't have any holes or anything, but it was going to get to that point. I ended up selling them on, I believe, eBay and everything like that, and someone picked them up. Still, like, everything else about the shoe was in good condition, but that. These shoes also do have a really nice squeak as well on the court. For all those that care about that. And every, like, couple videos, I'm going to throw this in there. Does not affect performance. Didn't know this needed to be said, but just so nobody gets mad at me and shoots me and tells me It doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter, but some people want to know, and if the people want to know, I'm gonna tell y'all. I touched on the fit a little bit earlier in the video, but for me, I got a true size in this shoe. For those that have a little bit of a wider foot or may have like a little bit of wear, like some calluses on your pinky toe, just go half size up to be safe, because I did have one of my homies that didn't like them just because this dug into his pinky a little bit. And I definitely have some people in my comments say that, but for the most part, everybody really likes this shoe and enjoys it when they get it. All right, now let's get into the price, which is super important. If you are able to grab these for retail, which they will be dropping a black pair in the near future, I believe in a month or two. So I think retail was 180 or 190. I bought them from Foot Locker. I did my due diligence and I found out which Foot Locker in my state had a first come first serve with this shoe. I was a little late. I got there at like 10:15. They opened up at 10 and was still able to get a pair no problems. And if I wanted to, I could have got in line and got a couple more pairs. There's definitely a couple of resellers and everything there trying to snipe the shoes. But luckily, resale isn't high on these, and that's what we're going to get into. Resale on StockX, you can use my link down below to pick them up. And support the kid is $225 to $290 max, so I see for the normal sizes from 9 to 13. Which some of y'all might be like, oh, that's still a little bit pricey. Top 5 shoe of all time. Trust me, I think they're 100% worth it. 2, this colorway specifically was around $600-700 before they ended up bringing this colorway back. And I feel like this was one of the best ones that they released in the past besides that Purple Void colorway. I think that one was super clean. I remember when these dropped on sneakers in like 2022 or something like that. Bro, you know, like you join some on sneakers and then it usually makes you like wait and process a little bit. And then you find out you lost. Bro, entered, instantly lost. I was like, damn. They sold out so quick. Still to this day, a lot of the other colorways are still going for $400-500 plus. So I'm hoping they bring a ton of these back in the near future. Next on the list, we have weight. And this is one of the, I guess, downsides you could say of a shoe, because they're not a super lightweight shoe like a Kobe or a Leaning Gam or shoes like that. Average weight for my size hoop shoe is 370 to 400 grams. They come in at 417 grams, which is slightly over average weight, so they're not a boat or super clunky like a AE1 or anything like that. They are still technically on the heavier side, but when you put them on, take them on the court and play with them, they don't feel like it. I don't know if any of my other top 5 hoop shoes of all time are in that 400 plus range, and that tells you a lot about the performance on these for them to still make the cut with that weight. Overall though, top 5 hoop shoe of all time. Only issue I had before that was the price range, them being $400 plus. But with you being able to get these around $200-300, 100% a cop. The upper durability and toe box could be a little bit better, but solid core feel, elite cushion, great lockdown, super comfortable and mold your foot over time. And if some of y'all have been tuned in, the heel to toe drop is not super harsh to where it's uncomfortable or it may cause some knee pain. That's an issue that I have with the GT Cut 3s, is I feel like the toe drop is just a little too much. And I'm like running on my toes, and when I make certain cuts or jump or anything like that, it's putting more pressure on my knee. You get all the premium aspects of the Nike basketball line with the Zoom Strobel, heel zoom air unit, drop-in midsole, molded tongue, bro, everything that you can need. And if you want to support the kid, I have partnered with StockX, so you can use the link down below and pick these up. I'll give y'all a last little 360 before I head out, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you drop a like. I don't know if I hit 10K already before you saw this, but road to 10K, now 20K if we already hit it. I'll catch y'all though.